Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, some really bullish news. I'm not just talking about the ETF, there's some other stuff that a lot of people aren't sort of talking about. I think coupled with the ETF is really bullish. I'm going to cover what this means for Bitcoin and the wider market, the crypto market, right, as a whole, what this really means, because it looks to me like, you know, everything's gearing up to be one hell of a bullish bull run. So if you like this sort of content, mash that like button, subscribe, tap that bell, select all notifications so you never miss a video. With all that said, let's sort of keep this one short, punchy and to the point. Let's get down to the desktop and get straight into it. Okay, so we'll start on coin market cap. So $60,845, up 1.67% at the time of recording this video. Has pulled back a little bit today. It has been as high as 62,000. Not too concerned with the pullback. Kind of feel this is sort of you know, to be expected. It's just cooling down before it sort of takes its next leg up, in my opinion. Moving over to advice.io, let's have a look at the artificial intelligence and machine learning, see what that's saying. So overall rating of A3. So just to put this into context for anybody that's new to the show, you know, the highest rating that I've ever seen advice.io hand out is an A2. So this is just below that. It's a fantastic rating for a cryptocurrency. So this, you know, is bullish really, right? And we're up 13.43% over the last 7 days. The fear and greed index is at A2, so we're looking pretty greedy. We've got Sharpe ratio A2, so they're looking spot on. The moving average is A2, so spot on. Peak end demand's been pulled back a little bit at B2, but nothing really too concerning there. And then we've got the Amihat ratio, so this is at C2. So this is what's really pulling it down and stopping it from being an A2 rating. But profitable or profitability, should I say, is A1. You don't get higher than that. Very profitable. So it looks pretty good. Right, so let's sort of dig into some of the news here. So some of the stuff that lots of people aren't talking about. So the US now overtakes China to become the world's largest Bitcoin mining hub. I think this is pretty good news. You know, there has been this narrative that Bitcoin is ultra centralized, and that was in China. So it's good to see that the US is overtaking China now, with China putting the make-believe ban on crypto. So for me, you know, this is fantastic news. It'd be interesting to know though whether other countries have also overtaken China to become, you know, bigger Bitcoin mining hubs. I'm not going to sort of dig into the article. You know, I'm just going to try to keep this video a bit punching, a bit to the point. So yeah, I thought this was really bullish. You know, you sort of couple this with the ETF. I think that's, you know, it's big news. Moving on, so a little bit of a war going on, particularly around the US dollar and sanctions that the US use when people don't sort of play by their rules. So Putin has come out and said that, you know, it's still early for crypto, but crypto can be used for oil trade settlements and store of value. So this is really interesting. So accusing the US of undermining the US dollar through printing money and the sanction policies, which, you know, to be honest, I do agree with. You know, if you look at the amount of US dollars that have been printed in the last 12 months, you know, you've got to be looking at, you know, how that undermines the US dollar, right? I don't think that there's anything wrong in saying that, right? And the sanctions that he used, you know, they're not fair in some regards, right? So President Putin has admitted that cryptocurrency can be utilized for settlements in the future, although it's too early to do that in oil trade, while nothing that it lacks backing. The Russian leader assumes crypto could be used for a store of value one day too. And, you know, there's a narrative that's building here, and I don't see a lot of people talking about it. But, you know, crypto is going to be a fantastic way to navigate around any sanctions the US put on you. It's also going to be a fantastic hedge against, you know, the US printing the amount of money that they're printing. So, you know, I think there's a narrative that's building here that a lot of people aren't really sort of talking about. Again, I'm not going to sort of dig into the article. I will drop the article link into the description of the video. I just find it very, very interesting. And I think, you know, for the next bull run in particular, I think, you know, this sort of stuff is going to start to come to fruition. We're going to see more, you know, powerhouses or, you know, bigger countries, superpowers was the word I was actually looking for, start to get into crypto in a bigger way. I think we're going to see bigger institutions or more institutions from, you know, some of these parts of the world start to get into Bitcoin, and in turn other cryptocurrencies. You know, I think when we sort of get to 2023, 2024, I think, you know, it's going to be something else, this space. I think, you know, we're talking about, we've just surpassed $2.5 trillion as a market cap for the whole of crypto. I can see that being laughed at. Like, can you remember when it was 2.5 trillion and everyone thought, wow. You know, I think, you know, people will be looking back and realizing how early we actually are in this space. So yeah, I feel that there's a narrative building. It's a narrative that I feel has been building for a while. I expect this to continue, and I expect this to be something that, you know, might not be huge right now for price discovery, but, you know, in the coming bull runs, it's definitely going to have a very, very big impact. Moving on, obviously the SEC approves a Bitcoin ETF, opening crypto to a wider investor base. You know, this is huge news. I don't like how smuggy looks there, but, you know, this is fantastic, right? So an ETF or ETFs that are being approved, you know, does make this more interesting as a space overall. Again, I'm not going to sort of dig into the ins and outs of this. For me, huge news. And I think, you know, what does this mean for crypto? Well, what does it mean for Bitcoin? So Bitcoin, you know, I think the price is going to continue to go up. There are people out there that are sort of talking about, you know, a big dump very soon, imminent, and that it's not going to quite reach the all-time high, and it's just going to sort of fall right back down. You know, I guess there's a risk of that. There's a risk of that at any point, right? Some bad news comes out and it all drops, possibly. But, you know, I'm not sort of following that narrative. I think, you know, we're about to see probably one of the biggest and most bullish bull runs that, you know, we've ever seen, right? And you know, it's always difficult when you've only really got two data points to sort of go by, you know, because crypto hasn't been around for hundreds of years, right? So you haven't got much data to go on. But, you know, it's looking very much like 2013, which Nick mentioned, you know, months and months ago, and it looks like it could be potentially a longer bull run, right? But we're sort of getting into that point where we're starting to see it heat up now. The ETF is a big deal. I think, you know, the fact that the mining's more spread out again is a big deal. I think the fact that, you know, the likes of the Russian president is talking about, you know, the potential for settlement using, you know, cryptocurrency and store of value. I kind of feel that this is all sort of heating up to be something very wonderful. So, you know, do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on all of this stuff, you know, and if all of this happens for Bitcoin is kind of the leader of the pack. So you will start to see, you know, the rest of the crypto start to sort of, you know, peak and start to really take off. So, you know, ultimately this is really exciting news. It's fantastic to be part of crypto right now. We're super early, and you know, I'm just so excited for the next couple of months. But I'm even more excited for the bear market, because that's where generational level wealth is going to be made. So stick with us. So if you like this sort of content, mash that like button, subscribe, tap that bell, select all the notifications so you never miss a video. And with all that said, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.